All right, we are going to solve another question on circuit analysis, and we are going to be resolving the above circuit. The question says we should find the equivalent resistance between terminal A and B. All right, so for us to solve this question properly, you are going to observe that this wire here is short circuit here and it's connected to a resistor of 4 ohms. Look at it. Had it been we don't have a resistor here, this wire will have been, it will have been known as, it will have been called an ideal wire. And you know that every point on an ideal wire will be same. That is, if this point here is point A, this point here will also be point A because it's an ideal. But since our resistor is connected now, we cannot call this an ideal wire, and we cannot call this point here point A, point A. It will not work that way. And you can also see this one too. So what we are just going to do is to just call this point to be small letter A, this way is going to be small letter B, this place is C, and this place is going to be what? D. All right, so for us to solve this question now, we are going to be redrawing this circuit. And how is it going to look like? This is A. We have A and terminal A and terminal B here. So we can do something like this, and this will be our A. Have something like this. This is going to be our B, right? All right. So again, if you look at this, we are having C and B here. So we can therefore have something like this. Then let's call this point C and point D. All right. So we are done with this part. This is CD. Sorry, this is CB rather. CB. All right, CB. All right. Now you are going to observe that we have AC and also have BD, right? So AC, small letter A, we are going to have our small letter A here and our small letter B. So this is terminal B here. So we are going to have D here. All right, so we can therefore connect it now. So we are going to have AC. So AC will be somewhere here. So this is just a rough sketch. I'll still draw it properly for us. And we have AB. We have AB. So look at this. AB. So our AB here is going to be 4 ohms. All right. So we are going to have 4 ohms here. And AC is 2 ohms. And CB is 10 ohms. And CD now. Let's go for CD. C and D. So here we are having CD here. So CD is going to be 4 ohms. Oh, sorry. So here we are going to have 4 ohms here. And BD is going to be 8 ohms. So we are going to have 8 ohms here. So this is how our circuit is going to look like. I hope you understand. So let me draw it properly for us. All right. So here is the diagram. I hope it is clear. I have explained this earlier. All right. So now you can see that this diagram is looking like a Wheatstone bridge diagram. So the next thing we are going to do is to check if it is actually balanced. If it is balanced, it means we are going to disconnect this 10 ohms resistor here. Is that clear? And if it is not balanced, we are going to apply another method to solve it. All right, so let's check if it is balanced. All right, so if it is balanced, let's call this one R1. Let's call this one R2. This is R3. This is R4. And this is R5. All right. So R1 all over R2 will be equals to R4 all over what? All over R5. I hope it is well understood. That is, this over this must be equals to this over this. All right. So R1 is 2. It means 2 divided by 4 must be equals to 4 divided by 8. All right, let's check it out. 2 here 1, 2 here is 2, so we have 1 all over 2. 4 here 1, 4 here is 2, we have 1 all over 2. So it shows that since 1 all over 2 is the same thing as 1 all over 2, it shows that it is balanced. It is balanced. All right, so it therefore means that we are going to disconnect this 10 ohms resistor here. So our diagram will now look like this. So don't forget, this is terminal A, this is terminal B. If current enters into this circuit, you are going to observe that these 2 ohms and these 4 ohms here, they are going to be in what? They are going to be in series. And this 4 ohms here and this 8 ohms here, they are also they are equally going to be in what? In series. Because when current enter, the same current that enters this 4 ohms will be the same current that will enter into this 8 ohms. All right, so it shows that we are going to be resolving them in series. So let's say RT1 will be equals to 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, which is going to be equals to 6 ohms. And RT2 will be equals to 4 plus 8, 4 plus 8, which is equals to 12 ohms. All right, so now that we have combined them together, we can therefore redraw the circuit again. All right, so we can therefore connect them directly. So I'm going to redraw it again, then you are going to see it. All right, so you can see how the diagram is now. All right, so you can see clearly that this 12 ohms is now parallel towards this 6 ohms. All right, so what will now be the next thing we are going to do is just for us to find the equivalent resistance now. So it's going to be like this. So it means that RT1 is parallel to RT2. So it shows that our RO equivalent, if we have 2 resistors in parallel, it's going to be R1 multiplied by R2 all over R1 plus R2. So this is going to be 12 multiplied by 6 divided by 12 plus 6. So by the time you solve your math, you're going to have your answer to be 4 ohms. So it shows that the solution to this circuit is 4 ohms. All right, and don't forget that we have a well-structured materials that is written by us on circuit analysis and strength of material, thermodynamics, and so on and so forth. So you can just place your order on any of these handwritten materials. It has a lot of exercise. So we have solved a lot of questions across all branches of engineering, and these questions might be of important and of great value to you. And peradventure, if today is your first time of coming across our content, do well to give this video a thumbs up. Click on the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video like this, you'll be the first to receive the notification. Do well to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll meet on the next.